Hello everyone, this is Randy Wallace, broker in charge of Keller Williams Innovate South here in Myrtle Beach and director of the Cana Group, and I've got some very important information to share with you today about the market as it looks here in the second half of 2024. We're going to look back to July of 2022, July of 2023, and today, July 2024, and I think this is some important information that you will be interested in hearing and that you will want to know if you're in the market for the balance of this year. Stick with us. Now, going back to July of 2022, inventory was low. It was recovering somewhat from the really rush of real estate activity we had from COVID. But in July 2022, things started to stabilize. And at that time, we had 1,500 single-family homes, detached homes on the market. That's all the inventory we had. And we had a little over 1,000 condos on the market. So the inventory was relatively low, but higher than it was during the very peak of the pandemic. Now, look ahead to July of 2023, and the single-family inventory had grown from 1,500 to almost 2,200. That was an increase of 44%, a 44% rise in inventory. Still not high numbers, but a 44% rise. Condos were up from 1,048 up to 1,419. So again, a rise of 35%. So you can see inventory was going up. Prices were somewhat stabilizing. They were rising, but only about 2%, not very much. Now, so the market was slowing to some degree because the sales in all of 2022 for single family was roughly 10,700, and for the condos it was roughly 7,088. Now look at all the sales in 2023. Sales went down for single family homes to 9,884, and sales went down for condos to 5,770. And that was a decrease in sales, in total sales of under 10% for single family homes, but about 20% in condos. So at that same time, inventory was going up, sales were going down. So you put those two together and there was pressure on the prices, and they were staying stable. Now that was accentuated by actually the number of new homes, the percentage of new homes in both condos and single family homes was rising. That is, the sales in 2022, new homes were 42% of the total single family sales. In 2023, new home sales were just over 50% of the total single-family sales. The same thing happened in condos. Condo sales, the new home sales in 2022 were only just over 5%. But in 2023, the new home sales for condos and townhomes was up to almost 7.5%. So you can see those new homes, which had higher prices, they were taking a greater percentage of the sales, and they were boosting the prices up, the average price, when actually the average price of the resale homes and resale condos was stabilized or down, because the new home prices were up following the cost of new construction, and those average price per square foot were up. Now, looking at the first 6 months in 2024, those trends actually have continued. Inventory has continued to rise. New home sales have continued to take a greater percentage of the market. And therefore, the actual prices of resale product has either stabilized or dropped. And if you're trying to sell something in this market in 2024, you need to pay attention to this, because you can't just say, well, I'm going to raise my price up 10%. You know, we were raising prices 10% every couple of months during COVID rise, but now prices have certainly switched around. Now, will this trend continue or will it rebound? Well, there's a lot to say about that. We don't know what will happen with presidential election. We don't know what will happen with interest rates, and we're not in control of what will happen with all the new homes coming on the market. They're still growing. They're still impacting our market. So there's a chance that with interest rates drop and we get past the election and whatever it is, we'll settle in and get back to business. Well, that could bring about an increase in sales in the second half of 2025. But if you're looking to sell something for the next year, you need to realize that the market, if you're a seller, you need to pay attention and not overprice anything. You may need to make price adjustments. If you're a buyer, you may want to take advantage of this market. Take advantage of the market and make a lower offer. That's the trend. Now that, again, every bit of real estate is local. Every bit of real estate, it depends on the individual neighborhood, individual community, individual houses even. There are some very rare properties that will continue to hold their price. Oceanfront certainly seems to be holding its price and moving up. But in home sales, that is, I'm not sure about in condo sales, because condos are really taking a beating because of increased insurance costs and HOA costs and assessments. And that's one thing that's driving that inventory up and driving prices down, putting pressure on downward price on the pricing. Now, here in the first 6 months of 2024, we have, again, continuing that trend. We've only sold 5,074 single-family homes. That and the new home sales are over 50% of those. And the average price is pretty much the same. It's up about 2%. But again, when you factor in the new homes, that's really putting pressure on the resale property that we have. Condo sales, again, the trend is continuing. We're selling less. We went down from over 7,000 in 2022 to 5,700 in 2023. And we're selling at a pace of about 5,200 for 2024. So those sales are going down, and the average price is stabilizing, and the percentage of new condos and townhomes, which is mainly townhome, there's a little bit of a townhome surge of new product available. That's up to 10.5% of those condo sales. So again, more pressure on the resale pricing for the condos. So again, pay attention to the market. Call us up if we can be of help. There's some opportunities available, certainly here in the second half of 2024, and there's reason to be optimistic about some possible growth in 2025 and beyond. But please give us a call here at Cannon Group. We'd love to help you here and everyone at Keller Williams. Thank you very much.